Yet when you have the full picture, it all makes sense. A full list of the activists, leaders, journalists, and authors.
Bro, I love this shit. This is TikTok at its greatest. You want to know why? Because this is extremely my shit, okay? I love conspiracy theories, and especially ones that don't literally immediately fucking devolve into, like, the Jews did it. For what reason? I don't know. They're just Jews. This didn't do it. This is the actual good kind of conspiracy theory. He said global elites. Yeah, that is literally not globalist. That's correct. Globalist just is a dog whistle to say Jews, okay? Global elites is just the truth. Capitalists from every fucking country that run the world. Yes. So you're saying global elites are racist? No, he's just talking about corporations and those who have, an ownership stake in these global multinational corporations. As Chomsky said, there are real conspiracies that people in power plan out. Not every conspiracy theory is bullshit. Yeah. I did my master's dissertation on ideology in the Crash Course History video series. Yeah, I know, painfully academic. And this take from Hank Green tracks with how their channel discusses history. They're extremely against thinking in historical materialist terms and are rather anti-communist through omission and bringing up the flaws in communist experiments. I mean, yeah, they're libs. I agree. I think they're like, I think that they're like social democrats, I would say. Like they're well-intentioned liberals. Oh God, I love these takes. This is so funny. This is the real reason why the U.S. wants to ban TikTok. A thread of videos that young people are watching and sharing by the millions. No. Like, listen, and this seems like a Hasanabe head who's well intentioned, but like, come on. No. That's not the real reason why they want to ban TikTok. Come on.
Excuse me, I really like your suit. What do you do for a living?
I work at a defense company. Can I tour my home? Sure, why not?
So what exactly do you do?
I'm on the board of directors at Lockheed Martin. I run a oil and gas
As corny as but the thread is actually fucking good. Yeah, they're great. Young people on TikTok are not fucking around. These videos get literally millions of views. Political awakening is happening at a speed I've never seen before. Content warning: police brutality, anti-black violence, and death. They were blasting a TikToker guy you watch because he works for Nike. Yeah, James. I saw socialism or making anti-capitalist agitated propaganda means that you are not allowed to hold a job. They basically blasted James saying like, oh, wow, the fucking socialist agitprop guy literally fucking works for Nike as a marketing coordinator or whatever. So everyone fucking dunked on this universally, which was great. But you know what fucking pains me? He responded, bro has a job. I bet he pays corporations for food and utilities too. And you want to know what's fucking terrible about that? There were still people who were literally saying, oh, here, the racist capitalist corporations conspiring to keep leftists down. TikTok guy literally has a marketing job at Nike. You couldn't make up a perfect refutation of his own worldview if you tried. But you want to know what fucking kills me, dude? You want to know what fucking kills me? There were other dumbass people who claimed to be fucking leftists in his replies shitting on him, saying, well, actually, it is kind of fucked up that you work at Nike. I mean, it's like a particularly bad fucking company. Yeah, it's not a job, it's the job. His duties involve actively running defense for a global mega corporation that wrote the book on doing the things he's critical of. The only worst places to work as an anti-capitalist imperialist are Foxconn and an actual literal PMC. They work at Nike, but they're advocating against their class interests, which means they're a good class trader. No, they're not a fucking class trader. What are you talking about? They work at Nike. They work. They are a worker. They are not in the fucking owner class by any means. It's a fucking job, dude. You think everyone that works in the marketing department at Nike owns Nike? What the Anyway, I'm going to get to Donald Trump.
Mr. President, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Last week, you were in New York for this arraignment. The world watched it. You've not given an interview since. You were there, I think, 57 minutes. Tell us from your perspective what that was like.
Well, it was a horrible thing because I did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. You look at even the pundits and the legal analysis, Greg Jarrett, all of these really talented people, they're saying he didn't do anything wrong. So that's number one. Number two, they were incredible. When I went to the courthouse, which is also a prison in a sense, they signed me in.
Wow. My man has been reading Foucault, okay? The courthouse, it's like a prison. Many people say the school is like a prison. But you know what's the real prison? Prison.
And I'll tell you, people were crying. People that work there, professionally work there, that have no problems putting in murderers, and they see everybody. It's tough place. And they were crying. They were actually crying. They said, I'm sorry. They'd say, 2024, sir, 2024. Those people are phenomenal. Those are your police. Those are the people that work at the courthouse. They're unbelievable people. Many of them were in tears or close to it. Many apologists were sorry, sir. We're sorry. They had to have me do certain things. They said, sir, I can't believe I have to ask you. I can't even believe that I have to ask you to do it. You could see. So in one sense, it was beautiful, because they get it. In another sense, it's nasty. I went to the Wharton School of Finance. They didn't teach me about that. That wasn't like in the cards.
About the arraignment part?
That wasn't. We didn't have a class on arraignment.
He's so back. Ron DeSantis doesn't have like a fraction, an ounce of the charisma that he demonstrates in this interview. Okay, he's literally bullying someone who he knows in private has talked about him, while simultaneously having a lot of clippable moments. He's back. I wonder if Trump knows Tucker shit talked him. Are you kidding me, dude? Come on. Of course he knows, dude. He's the most narcissistic, thin-skinned motherfucker on the planet. Of course he knows.
It's a sad day in many ways, and in many ways it was a beautiful day, because the people understand. I didn't know this was happening.
I have to be quick because Rook F3, Rook H3 comes fast.
Okay? This is literally big blonde bull bucks the cuckold on
Rook
camera.
D8,
Okay?
Rook F3,
Remember when I
Bishop
said,
F8,
I wonder what
Queen
could be more humiliating for Sneeko now that he got
somewhere,
like
Bishop
eviscerated
G7,
by Charlie on
Rook
the
H3,
timeline?
Knight
This is it.
F8,
If Sneeko
defends
somehow
H7, or I could
successfully
play
launched a
H5.
right-wing grift for himself, got to like an incredibly prominent position, became one of the most powerful pundits in the country, okay, and then got cucked on national television like this, I would say that would probably be the only rope that he could shoot that's even fucking going to be more embarrassing, more humiliating
definitely
than
defending
the
here.
one that Moist Critical gave him.
What they're doing is weaponizing the system, and there's never
So-
been anything like it. And it's all disinformation. You see,
think I just go
the other
Bishop
day,
G7.
Afghanistan, one of the worst things I've ever seen.
might
I think
go
the most
Knight F8.
embarrassing moment that this country's ever had, frankly. The way we got out, not the getting
I don't
out,
know
we had to
if
get out, it
H5
was
is a good
ridiculous
idea because then
to be
G4
there.
hits.
And I had that so good, so tight, so tough. I spoke to the leader, Abdul. I said, Abdul, if you do anything, you're going to get hit really hard. Literally, he said, but sir, why? He goes, why, oh, why do you send me a picture of my house. I said, you'll have to figure that one out, Abdul.
I love the Abdul. I sent him a photo of his house. That's like, I mean, that's another great one. Straight up, I'll admit it. That's a great one. He's saying he fucking threatened the fucking leader of the Taliban.
I said, I want every nail. I want every screw. I want the tents.
Wait,
They
if
said,
I
"Sir,
take-
the tents are very hard to take out." I said, I want the tents. I want the tanks. I want the planes. I want everything. And a couple of them fought me on it.
I said, I don't care. I want the tents. That's so awesome.
I said, let me ask you, we have a plane that cost $100 million. It's sitting there. All it needs is a tank of gas. We'll fly it to Pakistan or any place else, or we'll fly it directly home. You say it's cheaper to leave a $100 million plane.
7, Rook H3, Knight
It's
F8.
cheaper. These are idiots we're dealing with. I think it was the
G4,
single most
C5.
embarrassing day in the history of our country. It was totally their fault. They didn't go by anything because, you know, we had a system of getting out. But if the Taliban, in particular, the Taliban, because that's where the action was.
If you move a
right?
pawn, then
When
he
I
has
called
his sack
Abdul,
too.
the press went crazy.
George
The
five,
fake
you could
news
take.
went crazy. Why did he call an enemy?
And
I said,
G4
well, it's
G4
Jesse
just looks
James. I
winning.
used to ask him, why did he rob banks? He said, that's where the money
I think I gotta
Why
do
did
this
I call
and then
the head
Knight
of the
F8.
Taliban? Because that's where the killing was. And he's there now, Abdul. I'm sure he likes me. Call me Your Excellency. I don't know if he calls Biden Your Excellency.
Maybe H6.
Bro, only Trump can get away with saying
G4
that
right away.
the
Okay.
leader of the fucking Taliban loves me. And then everyone will look at that and go, oh, hell yeah, brother. Like, I love that. You're so right.
Okay, but can I
That's
just-
a good thing. I love that.
They're one of the largest, I think,
Capture,
second.
pawn
arms
takes,
dealers,
and then
brand new
D4?
helicopters, brand new airplanes, brand new tanks.
First of all, that's not true. But no, he's not wrong. They are a pretty fucking... No, they're a pretty massive arms dealer now. Or not an arms dealer, but like they do have a lot of fucking weapons and they do have a lot of like used Humvees and shit like that. I think they have like a pretty massive, pretty sizable fleet now. You want to know why? Because we're the largest arms dealer and we brought them there. The point is, America is so powerful and so large of an arms dealer that it literally doesn't matter. Our trash being left behind makes that country immediately become like not the second, but like a competitive fucking arms dealer. Our trash.
Yeah, it becomes hard,
alone
actually, after
is
Knight
enough
takes
for nations to be like, we have one
Rook
of the most
H3.
powerful fleets of armored personnel carriers on the planet now.
21 years was enough. I wanted out. We shouldn't have been there in the first place. When I see what happens, when I see the level of stupidity, and because of that, it's all a big web. Because of that, I think Putin, who would have never gone into Ukraine when I was there, would have never. I talked to him about
Rook
it often.
H3.
Wait,
because
what? Did he just say he talks to Putin often
Knight
about
takes,
invading
Rook
Ukraine? What the
H3,
fuck?
I
Pawn
could see
takes,
that he loved it. He considers it to be a
D4.
part of
He could-
Russia.
I too often level cities into the
Wait.
fucking ground when I love it
Knight
a lot.
takes,
You know what
Rook
I mean?
H3, I
I
have
am
to go
by no
H6.
means a NatSec Ukrainian flag in the
So I
bio
don't think I could do
liberal,
it.
right? But holy fuck, dude, that is a
have to go, like, Knight
wild,
F8 and then
absolutely
threaten D4.
wild take. Putin loved it. He loved Ukraine. He wanted to liberate it. He literally just admitted to telling Putin to wait to invade until he was no longer president. This guy's insane. No, first of all, none of those things happened, chatter. Hello? He's lying. It's just funny that he's lying in that direction, which you're right. That is the implication of what he's basically saying, which is weird because, like, he's lying. He could have said anything, but he chose to say that. It's, like, very odd. If you're going to lie, just lie about anything else. He's just like, no, Putin, he said he loved Ukraine. I told him, don't invade yet. No, no, no. Believe me, I will stop you.
He said, it's very hard for us to deal, don't you think? I said, very hard, because we have a fake investigation that turned out to be a fake for 2 years.
Probably
It
can
went
play
on.
B4
and
though.
we could have done very well with Russia. They have great minerals. They have great things that we want, we could have, and they need the money and they need other things. They made up a problem with Russia that didn't exist. Now they've all admitted it didn't exist. It was just on to the next one. They said to me the other day, who's the biggest problem, sir? Is it China? Could it be Russia? Could it be North Korea? No, I said, the biggest problem is from within. It's these sick, radical people.
Ooh, that's a good line. God damn, that's such a good line, dude. I mean, I say that about the Republican Party, like, and so does Noam Chomsky, to be fair. It's a bit of a plagiarization from Noam Chomsky, but like, the Republican Party is the greatest burden for American prosperity. They have done unimaginable harm to the United States of America. They've done unimaginable harm globally as a force of terror, but especially when it comes to domestic issues, like, the Republican Party is, like, Osama bin Laden will never amount. Like, his toll will be nothing in comparison to the Republican Party's advocacy towards American evisceration, okay? Straight up, the fuck are you saying? Osama bin Laden did 9/11. Let's not even talk about who funded him, who backed him originally, what those motivations were, who allowed him to fucking operate in the region for as long as he did. Let's forget all of that, okay? What we did after 9/11 was more damaging to American existence. If the American government literally said, you know what, we're not gonna do shit, okay? The past is in the past. Who gives a fuck? Obviously, that would be insane. I'm not even advocating for that. But if they had said that instead of do a $6, $7, $8 trillion war on terror that only made the world less safe as a consequence of the destabilization in the Middle East, while actively fighting the very same people that we had armed, that we still arm to this fucking day, the world globally would be a better place. Literally, America would be a better place. America would be a more safe place. Why forget about such things? Are you scared? Did you just not hear? Do you not have the mental fortitude to understand the argument that I'm making? What America did to Americans and to the rest of the world after 9/11 was worse than 9/11. This is a sentiment that I stand by. I have literally written articles on this. You can Google it if you want, Huffington Post. Hassan Piker. 9/11 was bad. What America did afterwards was worse. There you go. Never forget, 9/11 was awful. What we did after was worse. That was the OG 9/11 take that I had. I'm talking about post 9/11 universe in a selfish American perspective here, okay? I have a lot worse things to say, but this argument literally just pertains to American citizens and how America was eviscerated by post 9/11 legislation.
I told him you can't go into Taiwan. If you do, we're going to have problems. Other than that, we're going to be great relationship. We're going to have a great relationship.
I'm going to lose on time probably against this
and
guy.
He said to me when I said we're going to
He
do
has a worse
something, and he
position,
goes,
but...
No, you wouldn't do
I mean,
it.
I think he has a worse
I'll do
position.
that,
He
I swear I'll do
could be
that.
doing pretty
and
well
he didn't
here,
believe
actually.
Me, but he believed me 10%. The same thing with Putin. I
But
said
I
was
think
gonna do
9/84
something
was
really
kind of...
nasty if he goes into Ukraine. He said, no, you're not going to do that. I said, I will. And he didn't believe me either, but he believed me 10%. And the 10%, you never heard talk about going into Ukraine. You never heard talk about going into Taiwan
So
until
we play
I was
C5.
no longer there.
He's right. What a mess.
Do you think Biden will stay in the race?
H6.
I watch him just like you do. And I think it's almost inappropriate for me to say it. I don't see how it's possible.
I could have
And
played
it's not an
D4
age
check,
thing.
but...
You know, they like to say, I have friends that are 88, 89, 92. Bernie Marcus, Home Depot is 95.
God damn, he's old, bro. You think I'm old? I know even older people.
There's something wrong. I saw his today on television about
Holy
whether or not he was
shit.
going to run to a very nice guy named Al Roker. When you can't get a softer question than that. That was a long
He's back,
answer.
baby.
Talking about the eggs and the this and that. Look, I don't think he can.
Doesn't seem like he's capable of running again. Who does run?
Well, obviously the one that they would talk about would be the vice president, Kamala. That would be the one that they talk about. I don't think she's performed well. You have a very ambitious guy in California, but he's done a terrible job with the state. I used to get along great with him, when I was president.
C4 maybe?
Got along really good, Gavin.
Well, you got along with Gavin Newsom?
I did, I really did. He was always very nice to me.
Gruesome, they're calling him. I said, hey, listen, you and my son, you got similar taste. Kimberly Guilfoyle, what a piece of ass.
He would say things like, doing a great job. Oh, he was very
About
nice.
you?
About me. That's why I could never hit him, because he was so nice to me. It's just laying in wait, right? But I could.
What? Wait, what the fuck was that?
It's just laying in wait, right?
What? What just happened? Did you just have a fucking aneurysm? What's happening? Laying in wait. The dirt is laying and lying in wait. God, I love him. Just a fucking goat, dude.
He was very nice to me.
Shit.
And
All right, what do I
relatively
play here?
speaking,
D4
Some
check?
of them weren't. We did a good job for the governors. They talk about him. They talk about some others. I just don't see Biden doing it from a physical or a mental standpoint.
Yes.
I don't see it. It's been a crazy period of time in the world of politics. But he's surrounded by people. They expected Bernie to win. Now, Bernie's older than Biden, whether you like him or not. He's sharp. I watched him being interviewed the other day. He's 100% sharp. He hasn't lost much, if anything.
Oh, I saw this yesterday. When my neuroatypical ass has to campaign in early primary states, it's so good. Why are his hands under the fucking desk, Ron? Huh, Ronnie? Are you worried you'll never defeat the eats with his hands like a baby allegations? Huh? Pull those 3 fingies out. Let's see what you do with that fucking extra meat pepperoni meat lover's pizza pie, huh? Little Rhonda eating a meatball sandwich I said, don't do it. Don't call him Meatball Ron. I said, believe me, I don't call him that. Everyone else is calling him, though. Many people are calling him Meatball Ron. It's stuck. It's stuck, folks. What the fuck are you talking about, Hassan? Why are you so angry that I'm making a joke about how Trump could attack Ron DeSantis by bringing up all the things that Trump has like loosely associated Ron DeSantis with? Why is that so frustrating for you? Like maybe you just didn't get it because you're unfamiliar with all the things that has happened in the Ron DeSantis.
He's hitting me with the rook moves.
From
They're going
Lovers
fast.
to Fighters arc. You know what I mean? Or like, why are you so mad? Why you have to be mad?
Russia hoax was made up by crooked Hillary Clinton, Adam Schiff, the DNC, the Democrat Party. Unfortunately, Bill Barr didn't have the courage to do what he should have done. He was so afraid of being impeached. So I have to do it civilly. I just have to sue people. The Justice Department should have done, because these are criminals. So you have all
I think I take
these
this, Bishop. It's
millions
annoying.
and millions of pages, and they get you on a non-disclosure agreement? I mean, big numbers, billions and billions of dollars, right?
The non-disclosure agreement was perfect. No one has ever done a non-disclosure agreement that is as perfect.
Oh, I almost lost the
perfect phone call. It's a perfect
take on
non-disclosure
A7.
agreement. He's the GOAT.
A friend of mine who's a big business guy said, you have to be the most honest guy in the world, because with all of those numbers that you have and those big numbers, they don't have anything.
So, but just
He
to
could
bottom
take
line
on
it,
A7.
I mean, the purpose of this is to keep you out of the presidential race.
If I weren't running, or if I had bad poll numbers, let's say,
Right.
if they
Say we
want
play Bishop
to
F8.
run against somebody, they're going to go the opposite.
Is there anything they could throw
he
at
could
you
do that,
legally
yeah.
that would convince you to drop out of the race? If you get convicted in this case in New York,
No,
would
I'd
you
never
drop
drop out. No, I'd never drop. It's not my thing. I wouldn't do it.
You said at the time when you
We
were
could just go for the
president
queen
that
trade.
going to war with Russia, either hot war or cold war, would drive Russia into an alliance with China.
I did.
And that would displace us as the most powerful nation.
I did. But we have a bigger problem. The bigger problem is the weaponry. The weaponry today is so powerful. This isn't like Second World War where we have army tanks running around shooting each other. This is weapons the likes of which the world has never seen before. And they have them and we have them. And China has them less, but within 5 years, China will have equal to us. China, I'm talking about nuclear. Russia and us are comparable. Massive power, massive. If you look at Hiroshima,
talking about nuclear, folks.
If you look at
Hiroshima, some people call it. Dude, he's the fucking GOAT.
You look at those two events took place many, many years ago.
I'm saying nuclear, folks.
500. That's what you're talking about. When I listen to people
Check.
talk about global warming, that the
Time
ocean
warning.
will rise in the next 300 years by 1/8 of an inch, and they talk about this is our problem. Our big problem is nuclear warming, and nobody even talks about it. And all it takes is one madman, and you're going to have a problem the likes of which the world has
Check.
never seen.
But can I just ask, so the
Check.
Biden people know the power of nuclear weapons. They now control our arsenal. They don't seem worried about this.
That's because they don't understand life. They don't understand whatever it is that you have to understand. You know, it's very interesting. At the
They don't
beginning,
understand
Biden
life,
was
folks.
Very afraid of nuclear because I watched him and he was, oh, they have
Check.
nuclear weapons. Which was exactly the wrong signal to send. You don't do that. You don't want to act that way. But he was very afraid of nuclear. I said, you got to be a little bit cooler than that. But what happened is now that nobody talks about it.
I love the implication here that like Biden originally didn't speak enough about
Check.
nuclear weapons, and now he's not speaking at all about nuclear weapons and not taking it seriously. Like you didn't even need to say
Check.
that because like no one really knows or understands. Like no one has really thought a lot about like Biden's
This
use
guy
of nuclear warnings and
loves
whatnot.
to do
So you
this,
could have
dude.
just like went with a one-sided argument, and instead he made
-3
the
right
argument
here.
from both sides. Like he literally said he never talked about nuclear weapons, and now it's bad that he's talking about nuclear weapons and not taking it seriously. Which one is it?
This was something you don't mention.
Which he's simultaneously saying he will use just the right amount of nuclear conversations to, I guess, avoid catastrophe.
I call it the N word.
Oh!
Two N words. You don't mention either one of them. The nuclear word you don't mention because the power is so destructive. I met with professors at MIT, and I had these people come down. They were very smart, very expert. And I said, so
They're very smart, very expert. I'm sorry, bro. At this point, I mean, I love him. He's so funny. He's so content. But, like, he's not even trying to, like, genuinely say words. They're very smart, very expert. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You're just saying words, man. What's the point of mentioning a racist slur? I don't get it. Oh, he loves saying that because he knows it's clippable. What do you mean? Calling the N-word nuclear, he's doing it on purpose. Like, he's doing it so that people go, what the fuck? Why'd you say that? He called out both N-words, to be fair. Yeah, that's true. He's also woke. I'm sorry, Sweaty. He is woke. He says you shouldn't say it. You shouldn't say either of them.
Now, Putin's mentioning it all the time. You've heard him say it. We are a nuclear power. He said not so long ago, I said, that's the first time I've heard a major country. You know, you do hear it talked about, and I did a good job. I did a great job with North Korea. Kim Jong-un, you went with me on a trip. You insulted him, which didn't make my life too easy, but that's okay. You were there, one of the few. It had to be one of the most incredible experiences for you.
For sure.
But it was amazing.
Yeah, you loved it, didn't you? Remember when I brought you with
Check.
me? Remember? Yeah, you loved it, didn't you? You little bitch. We love it, don't we, folks? We love it. We love it.
Started rough, remember, with, you know, Rocket Man, Little Rocket Man?
Check.
And he said, I have a button on my desk, a red button. I said, I have a red button on my desk, too. Mine's bigger and mine works. Yours doesn't. And this went on for a couple of months. And then all of a sudden, the log jam was broken, and he wanted to meet. And we did meet. And we get along great. To this day, we get along great. He won't talk to Biden. He won't even talk to
I
these
even look at
people.
Queen D2.
There's no respect for him. He's a man. He's like, if
Yeah, I
he
mean, this is
respects
probably
you,
just
he
over.
respects you. He wouldn't talk to Obama. Obama tried to get
Says
meetings
King
with him. He
G1,
wouldn't meet
best
with
move.
him. He met with me. I met with him twice.
You can't
I
do
would have
this
had a
'cause
deal
Queen
worked
D1
out
is
with
me.
him. He's got tremendous nuclear capability. It's the single
okay.
biggest problem. Maybe this show's more important than even I thought it might be, because somebody's got to understand what has to happen, and they have to de-escalate.
So how would you do that now?
Now, so you have a problem. You got this crazy world is blowing up, and the United States has absolutely no say. And Macron, who's a friend of mine, is over with China, kissing his ass, okay, in China. I said, France is now going to China. Take a look at Saudi Arabia. Look at what happened. They're great people. They wanted to help us. He goes over and gets a fist pump. You know what a fist pump means? Don't shake my hand because your hand's dirty. That's what a fist pump is. They got it. They were so insulted. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Oh, I want to shake your hand. Let's go fist pump.
Subscribe to
So much content. Dude, I'm not even scared. It's an action
I didn't see
game.
this move.
It's an action game. People are dumb. Oh god, he looks so scary. Ah! Ah! How do I run away? I'm doing a civil asset forfeiture here. Oh! Oh! Where mama at? Where mama at? Where mama at? Where mama?
This was winning as well. So many winning things. Yeah, good game.
Check.
You definitely didn't deserve the win, but good game. D3. Bada boom, bada bing. D3. What does that do? CD. Well, CD. So CD allows this check, which I think would be scary because the queen then would be allowed to go in. So what happens here? Ooh, rook takes D6. And let's see what happens here. Queen C6. Oof.
Check.
Ah, King G1. Oof. Bishop D4. Oh wait, you don't even check and win the rook. You go Bishop D4.
Check.
Oof. If there.
Check.
Oof. It hurts. King E1, best move. Bishop C3, mate.
Checkmate.
Damn. Some real beauties could have came out of this game, but I decided to not play those moves. Rook D6. Very beautiful move. And just, if this happens, we have Queen D6 and... Yeah, I mean, his best move is B takes C4. So what, Queen A7, Queen F4... I mean, this bishop's like trapped, I guess. You go here, you just...
Checkmate.
Queen F1, mate. You go there, it's Queen C1.
Check.
And yeah, it's just...
Checkmate.
It's no bueno. This king in the corner, just no good. With like all these pawns missing. Whoops. This mate threat right here on Queen F1. So you can't play Queen F4. You have to play, or you You can't allow queen f4, so you have to play this, and yeah, you have to allow the, because now if you play take on f4, you can play queen e1 or something. Wait, so wait, why take queen e1, bishop e5, king g1, play d3. It's all good.